The staunchest, most determined Swindon fans must have heavy hearts tonight. Their fight to avoid relegation was hit not for 6, for 7. Sean Taylor's challenge on Peter Beardsley gave Newcastle a 12th minute penalty. Swindon goalkeeper Fraser Digby was just about to have one of those days. Having returned to international football on Wednesday, Beardsley took the kick himself. The second goal followed only 5 minutes later, a great pass from Scott Sellers that gave Robert Lee the chance to score his first Premiership goals. 2-0 to Newcastle at half-time. In the second half, the Geordies ran riot. From Cole's cross shot, Lee scored his second and Newcastle's third. It was a calamitous mistake by Terry Fenwick that allowed Peter Beardsley to run in to make it 4-0. Beardsley must have a permanent grin on his face at the moment. Swindon's goal against column was on its way to reading 80. The next to score was Steve Watson, a great strike on the turn. Newcastle stand third in the table tonight. The customary consolation goal came from John Moncur's free kick. It caught Newcastle goalkeeper Pavel Cernicek unawares. That made it 5-1, but it didn't mean Swindon's nightmare was over. Cole's shot came off Digby. Watson scored his second of the game. As amazing as today's scoreline was the fact that Cole failed to get on the score sheet. Still, there was time for Rule Fox to score his first goal for Newcastle. What this morning will do to Swindon's confidence remains to be seen. Manchester City's efforts to avoid relegation have brought Paul Walsh to Main Road. Signed from Portsmouth for £750,000 this week, City are hoping he'll score the goals that'll keep them up. And he went close in the first half. But the goal that mattered went to Wimbledon. Vinnie Jones' long throw was flicked on by John Scales. Dean Holdsworth challenged. Robbie Earle forced the ball over the line. The cost, though, the loss of Holdsworth on a stretcher. A gash above an eye needed 10 stitches. And City only have 10 games left to start to play their way out of trouble. Having been hammered 5-1 by Arsenal last week, Ipswich rolled up their sleeves, went to Villa Park and won. Gavin Johnson's shot didn't appear to have goal written on it, but it got past everyone, including Aston Villa goalkeeper Mark Bosnich. It signalled Ipswich's first away win of the season. And great entertainment at Carrow Road today. A goal after 9 minutes got Norwich off to a great start. Neil Adams' cross, Efan Okuku's header, 1-0 to Norwich, and that was the half-time score. A Rangers equaliser came after 49 minutes. Simon Barker connecting with Ray Wilkins' corner, having been allowed the freedom of the 6-yard box. Norwich was soon back in front though, hoping for their first league win since John Dean became manager. Another Efan Okuku goal made it 2-1. Rangers suddenly found a few more gears, 3 in fact. Devon White headed on a Gary Penrice long throw. Darren Peacock scored with the header. And Trevor Sinclair raced into space on the right before crossing for Penrice to put Rangers into the lead with 20 minutes to go. There were only 5 minutes to go when Devon White evaded an offside trap and made it 4-2. Now the Rangers fans liken their tall striker to heavyweight boxer Frank Bruno. If Big Frank finishes as well against Jesse Ferguson next week, he'll be a happy man. Difficult times for Norwich though. Reports are strengthening that Chris Sutton will be sold. Sutton was involved in Mark Bowen pulling a goal back to make it 4-3. 7 draws and 2 defeats